Jimbo Fisher was supposed to be the change that Texas A&M needed to make them a true national championship contender. However, after failing to do so and honestly kinda underperforming since taking over the Aggies in 2017, Texas A&M has decided to fire Jimbo Fisher. He will finish with a record of 45-25 as coach of Texas A&M. And here's the deal. You may say, oh, but MacArthur, that's a good record. What's for the firing? And yes, it is for 99% of teams. But what you don't understand is in an extremely competitive SEC, if you're not competing for a national championship every single season, you're gone. Especially when you have a contract like what Jimbo Fisher has at Texas A&M. In 2021, Fisher signed a 10-year deal worth $100 million, with $95 million of that being guaranteed. Texas A&M has never been in the championship four. They played in the Orange Bowl one year. They were the 7th or 8th best team in the country that year. They beat my North Carolina Tar Heels, but they have never been to the championship four. So for that, for $100 million worth 10 years, yeah, that's starting to make sense. Plus, it is rumored that Fisher basically gets unlimited amount of NIL money to spend on recruits. And the guy has struggled to develop and keep talent in Aggie land. And trust me, it's not from bad recruiting classes. In fact, in 2022, Texas A&M had the #1 recruiting class. But once they get to Texas A&M, once they get in Jimbo Fisher's system, they don't develop. I mean, there is absolutely no NFL talent. I mean, he gets these recruits and it's mediocre at best. He does less with more. He is the definition of that right now during his time at Texas A&M. He's had 17 NFL draft picks as coach of Texas A&M. And honestly, the only guy that even looks respectable is rookie running back Devon Achane for the Miami Dolphins. So Jimbo Fisher has underperformed with the recruits that he has gotten. So a 45-25 record with several top 5 recruiting classes, that's not going to cut it. I know Florida State fans love to see this. They feel like Jimbo Fisher has betrayed their team. Florida State currently sits as the #4 team in the country, and Texas A&M currently sits at a record of 6-4, which is as mediocre as it gets in the SEC. Jimbo has no system that works. I really don't blame A&M for moving on from Fisher. I really don't. I mean, take a guy like him and compare it to what Kirby Smart has done at Georgia, or even take it outside the SEC. Look at Kalen Dober at Washington. We live in a college football landscape that is very fast, very impatient. If you don't perform, if you don't succeed very quickly, and you don't compete for a national championship, if you don't put stars in the NFL, you're out. You're gone. Because these schools can't afford to give you 10-year contracts for you to be top 15 or top 20. You have to be top 5. This firing is going to be a sting in A&M's wallets. It's going to suck for their big donors, as Fisher will have to complete that $95 million that he is guaranteed. By the way, that's going to be over $75 million that Texas A&M is going to have to pay Jimbo Fisher without him coaching a single game. I mean, he's gone. He's out. So, really, Jimbo's doing fine financially. He got a really good check out of this. He got a really good deal. He will get a new job. And it sucks for Texas A&M. It really does, because now they have to find a new coach. They have to find a guy. They have to get a system. I expect a lot of players to transfer, because the transfer portal is ruining college football. But whenever a new coach comes in, you can expect a lot of guys to transfer. I definitely expect this with Jimbo Fisher. I've seen a lot of rumors that Texas A&M may target another ACC coach, and that is Dabo Swinney. Now, I don't think we should really take that seriously, but it is something that I've seen a lot on Twitter. But a question I want to ask y'all is, where do you think Jimbo Fisher is going to go? And do you think he'll even be a head coach where he goes next? I mean, or will he go back to being an offensive coordinator? I believe he'll go step down, be a head coach in either a low SEC team like Vanderbilt, or he'll go to somewhere like the Big 12 and be a head coach. The problem is we don't know what teams are looking for a head coach at this point, but he'll be just fine. He'll find another job, and he got a really big payday after this. Let me know your thoughts. Where do you think Jimbo Fisher's going to go? it is going to be very interesting to see. And like I said earlier on, Florida State fans, y'all have to be loving this.